Hey everybody, Dylan from Noblerecords coming at you with another video. This is one I've been wanting to do for a real long time, my room tour. Haven't done one because the room is usually in total chaos. I buy and sell about 2,000, 2,500 records a month. So that means that's all coming in this room and that's all going out of this room every single month. And so there's just a lot of things that get moved around. But today I got in there, organized everything, got everything the way I wanted it so I wouldn't be embarrassed. And so this is my room tour. Let's check it out. Alright guys, we'll start off with my setup here. Just starting with the core of it is my Linn. It's a Linn Basik with an Akita tone arm and a K9 cartridge. This has been my turntable for a long time. I really like it. It's served me very well. Next is my Peachtree Audio Nova 150. This amp is a killer little amp. Kind of expensive. Someone traded it in or I would never have bought it. But man, it really kicks. I was just listening to this Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here Half Speed Master because I put in some new speakers. This is my Pioneer RT707 reel-to-reel player. I'll let you see it on. I'm not going to actually play anything because copyright stuff. But yeah, so that's on there right now is this Isaac Hayes Hot Butter Soul killer album. But I got a few 8 tracks a few months ago and that were really cool and kind of rare. And so I wanted to get a good player for them, and I found this one. I picked this one because it's a direct drive and it doesn't have any belts that power the wheels or anything, so that's less wear and tear, less things to worry about. So I really love that player. So these are my speakers. I'll go over here and show you. These are my Monitor Audio Silver 200s. Really great speaker. Floor standing speakers. There's the other one over there. It looks identical. But those are killer speakers. I got those when I got the amp. A friend of mine traded it in, and I decided to treat myself and keep them because they sound so freaking amazing. So I had L-88s, JBL L-88s for the longest time, and I got them at a yard sale. They sounded great. They were killer, and I just found these at a yard sale. These are JBL L-100s, and they're just absolute beasts. I got these at a yard sale for very cheap a couple weeks ago. They're in perfect working order. They're just incredible speakers. Here, I'll show you the other one. Got over here, it's a little pal. That's see if we can get that focused on there. So yeah, I got those on the outside for the low end, and then I've got these Silver 200s on the high end over here. Yeah, it's a killer mixture between those two speakers. I think it's a killer combo with all my setup and everything. So, people ask me how I keep my records clean. This little daddy-o right here is a Pro-ject Audio VCS. It's pretty much the same thing as a VPI. Got the solution and all the brushes and all that over here. But it does a great job. You just put the record on there, spray the solution on there, spread it around, vacuum it up, bada bing, bada boom, you got a clean record. So yeah, now I guess I'm going to show you guys how my collection works, like how it's organized and stuff. And the true answer is that it's not really organized that well, because that's how my brain works, not very well. Right here is my audiophile stuff, so that's these two cubes. This is the new Blood on the Tracks Ultra Disc 1 step. I haven't opened it yet, and truth is, I got this Bill Evans one I haven't opened yet either because I've been so busy. But those are my two audiophile cubes. This is stuff that's my shelf that I use for when I just get something in and have not listened to it yet and or shown it in a video. So I usually try to, when I do my vinyl finds videos, listen to them before I show them. A lot of times I don't. But that's my shelf for my new arrivals and stuff like that. That is my other shelf of new arrivals. So basically, I move everything over to that shelf as I get it. So that stuff hasn't been loaded yet into the collection. These are newer releases from 2000 until now. That's all this stuff. That's a box set. That's some soul and stuff like that. I don't really know why it's there. It just is. And so this is my classic rock and psych shelf. So, that's mainly what it is. So, starting here is, Aerosmith, Allman Brothers, Beatles. That's my Beatles box set. It's they're all Japanese pressings, and they're pretty killer stuff. And then all this is just your regular old classic rock, psych, things of that nature. Bob Dylan. This is my Grateful Dead. Everything you're seeing right there is mostly Grateful Dead. Down to that's all my Hendrix stuff. And then Zeppelin starts here and doesn't until about here. That's all Zeppelin. So it probably makes up about 3 cubes in total. And then the rest of that's other classic rock stuff. Pink Floyd starts about there and ends at the end of that cube. So that's all Pink Floyd stuff. And then so on. So that is stuff that's organized. There's a lot of stuff that I have that has not yet been filed away because that's how I am. So basically all the things in these 4 cubes that's all psych. Psych and hard rock stuff that I've gotten over the past year or so. Actually, honestly, probably 6 months. But that's kind of where I go when I want to listen to psych. Now, I've got a lot of psych mixed in here as well. But this is just the psych that I haven't filed away yet that I really listen to a lot. And I don't know why it's there. It's just the way my brain works. This cube here is my blues. This is my jazz all the way up to John Coltrane. You can see that little impulse, little spine action there. This is my 90s and grunge and stuff right here. That and that. And then everything else down here is jazz, blues, and classic rock stuff that I've not filed away. I know it's terrible, but I actually kind of know where everything is. And then there's the little beautiful L-100 saying hello. So that's that. Go over here to this is my naughty section, the stuff that I've procrastinated. So this is my gear wall of things that I need to sell. There's a whole layer of speakers behind the ones you can see, and there's all this gear that I've just kind of stacked up, and I need to, like all the turntables, well, some of them work, but most of them need a belt or a needle or something like that. So that's all the stuff that I'm trying to get to. Those are the L-88s that I've had in the past, and I'm trying to just listen to the L-100s to see if I like them, but let's just be honest, they're not going anywhere. And then these are the L-36s. I'm about to do a video on those on how to refoam. And then just got this with those other JBL things. And then I got all these receivers and 8-track players and all that stuff. Most of the stuff works. A couple things need a couple things. But and then this little guitar here is one of my favorites. It's my Gibson Es 135. Incredible guitar. That's my main electric that I've always used over the years. And it's just kind of out on display, getting some air from its case. All this stuff is just stuff that I have not decided what to do with yet. This whole shelf here. This is jazz that's not that good. Blues that's not that good. Weird stuff. Psychedelic things that are worth like $5 and aren't that good. Things like that are good, but am I ever going to listen to it? Probably not. So I just put it over here so I don't have to think about it, if we're being honest. And then this is Tape World over here. I got some more reel-to-reels. Those are on my 8-tracks. And I don't listen to 8-tracks, and none of this stuff's hooked up. But all my tapes, my son likes to play with those, and that's really the only reason why they're there. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I'll go over here and show you this is my old receiver. I have it out just to see it because it's sentimental. My wife's grandfather and I were really close, and right before he passed away, it was the last time he kind of gave up and said, I can't mow the grass anymore. He was 88. He mowed the grass until he was 88. And he called me over to help him, and I didn't even know he was still mowing his grass, but I said, absolutely, I'd love to mow your grass. I mowed his grass, and he said, as a way of saying thank you, you can have this receiver. and I used it up until like 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. So it was great, but I needed to upgrade to this beauty. So I kind of put this out so where I can still see it and all that stuff. So that's what that is. This is the 1001 Albums and the Endless Trip, the best psychedelic book in the world. Up here is, I don't do much CDs, but some Led Zeppelin stuff. That's a bunch of 45s, that's a bunch of 45s, that's a bunch of 45s. That's a Heartworn Highways box set that won't fit on my shelf. And that's my camera. It's a Canon 70D. It's a good camera, but I don't really use it that much. So anyways, there it is. So this has been the room tour. Alright guys, that's it. That's my collection and my gear and all that stuff. Just want to show you guys how it's all organized or disorganized, however you want to see it. And wanted to show you guys the gear that I had running. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button below. If you want to keep up with us, we got social media accounts in the description of this video. There's all the links and all that stuff. We post all the stuff that we find and all that on Instagram. So hope you guys are able to stay in touch. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.